Tonight is kind of like just a little bit of an introduction really to my world and to Davines' world just in general. We're going to just get together, have a drink, and we're going to just talk about just in general and overall about hairdressing, about everything. Tonight we're not going to do any hair. It's purely talking, and they're going to interview me live, and then there will be questions and answers. That's all it is. I'm very, very kind of always open and excited about sharing, you know, just my knowledge or my experiences that I do in my life with other colleagues. For me, working with Davines is such almost like a new world, because mainly their approach to sustainability and to beauty in general. They're really, really focused on that, on the sustainable side of the whole company, and also about being ecological and all of that. And that's something that I wasn't really doing much before with other brands where I was working, which I think is really interesting for me. And it's kind of what I like, because I'm a big fan of nature in general. Testing and developing new products into creating the year collections. I create two or three, sometimes depend, collections a year, product launches, and also organizing and working on the new, every year they have an event called the Worldwide Tour, which last year we did in Paris. This year it's going to be in France, and we're going to be doing it in the Folies Bergère Theatre, so it's going to be really nice. And that's our biggest kind of event throughout the year. Then I do interviews or my credits, anything I do, I always try and credit Davines also. And also the fact that I use their products a lot, and I'm really happy with using the products, because they're actually excellent in the performance and also in the sustainability. To me, it's kind of, nature is my inspiration. You see, I look at nature slightly different than probably all my other colleagues, and I'm sure maybe there is some of my colleagues that look at nature the same way as I do. And I look at nature as like my main inspiration. And what I do is I just get absorbed by the colors and the shapes and the texture of nature in general. But it doesn't mean that if I'm looking at banana, I'm going to make a hairstyle look like a banana. Or a pineapple, you know. It's not really what it's all about. For me, it's just absorbing it, filtering through, and then you just get the feeling and the sensation, and you get inspired by the coloration of it. And I think that's what's important for me. I've kind of always done what I feel, and for me it's just like you kind of rolling, you know. You start from somewhere, and it's always an evolution, an evolution of what you've done last, basically. And for me it's about progression, and that's what I'm more interested in. And the day that I'm not, I will probably stop hairdressing. I've been working for at least 17 years in Milan, in Paris, London. And I've probably been doing 50 fashion shows a year. So I've kind of learned how to look at fashion, how to look at beauty, and working with like top designers, like from Louis Vuitton to Givenchy to Dolce & Gabbana to McQueen to, you know, Donna Karan and Ralph Lauren, for example, Gucci. So it's kind of, you learn a lot, and today you can get inspiration and be on track very easily. Today we have really a strong sense of fashion within the celebrity world, and that's kind of one thing that people really loves. People really look at celebrity hair, and they kind of look at themselves, they're trying to mirror themselves into that. I think who inspires the most the public is not necessarily the hairdresser or the hairdresser that is doing techniques, if you know what I mean. We influence fashion. We don't do that. What inspires fashion is the public stars, iconic references. That's what really inspires the public. Also, I think for me, the way I look at fashion and the way I look at beauty is the main thing is always looking at what you have in front of you in the salon. And if you have enough experience and you have really good in what you're doing technically, you know, the key element for me is to make someone feel good and look good. And if that person is feeling good about how she looks, you definitely, you know, there is no inspiration, there is no fashion, there is nothing. That's what is really important. Just do what your heart tells you. I think what your heart is telling you is the best thing you can do, and don't copy. Because the minute you're copying something, you're gonna get second automatically. So I think you should really start feeling throughout the year where you want to go, and if you are passionate about what you're doing, you're just collecting things from everywhere, you know, and in the end you can put it in the pot together and bring out something really, really amazing.